boy, we lost Merle Haggard, and here this KP posting over at Democratic Underground. This is just such a great quote. I started in radio when I was 16 years old. I suppose I seriously started at Brody Halls at MSU's. It's one of the dorms. And they had a radio station there. Most of the dorms had their own radio stations, and there was control carrier. Just you could only hear it in the dormitory, and it was a place where people went to learn how to do radio and practice. And so I did that for a couple months and made a tape and shopped it around the real radio stations in Lansing and East Lansing, and got a job at WITL, which was the country western station. And at that time, I was kind of a hippie. And country western or country music was something that I'd never seriously listened to, frankly, and I'd always associated with crazy right-wingers who didn't like hippies. But I got a job there, and it was a weekend job as a DJ doing CW music, and I discovered a whole world of music I didn't even know existed. And to this day, I love country music. And Merle Haggard is one of the absolute best. He passed away yesterday. And if you haven't seen his or heard his song, America First, and I would play it for you, but now that we're streaming the show and it's on TV, we've got all these copyright issues that just pure radio stations don't have to deal with, because he gave us permission to play it on the radio, which we did years ago when it first came out. And it was pushback against the Bush administration. Why don't we rebuild America first? Why are we rebuilding Iraq when America's fallen apart? And that kind of thing. I mean, why did we even go to Iraq in the first place? And anyhow, KP posting this great piece. It's missing what I think is the most important part, which is a link to the YouTube, and there's a bunch of them, but there's one that's the official one of Merle Haggard singing America First. And if somebody put that up on DU, you would make my day. But and on our website too, for that matter. But in any case, this is this quote from Merle Haggard. It's really almost criminal what they do with our president. There seems to be no shame or anything. They call him all kinds of names all day long, say he's doing certain things that he's not. It's just a big old political game that I don't want to be part of. There are people spending their lives putting him down. I'm sure some of it's true and some of it's not. I was very surprised to find the man very humble, and he had a nice handshake. His wife was very cordial to the guests, and especially me. They made a special effort to make me feel welcome. It was not at all the way presumably it means he was not at all the way the media described him to be. This is Merle Haggard talking about President Obama.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.